Brad Levitt, president of AFT Construction. Welcome here. We're at our Melrose Place project. This is our Southeast Valley custom home. So check out some of the progress. Today, let's speak about board formed concrete. And what that is, just an easy explanation. You can see behind me what that looks like. When it's poured, you have the boards, you know, the wood. And so you can see the imprint of the 2x4 and boards in the concrete. It's a beautiful element, right? You can add this to an accent wall, maybe at your entry. You can add it at a fireplace. You can add it here, which is actually gonna be the main pillar here that the floating staircase wraps around. Now there's a couple ways to do this. As you can see here, this is actually poured in place board form. You know, I don't want to say it's the authentic way. It's probably what most people interpret it, but with some of the craftsmen that are out there, the artisans, the plasters, you can actually do this same look as a plaster veneer finish over a fireplace, right? If you don't want to do the whole cost of the solid board form. So that's an option too. We have another project, a modern home, where we're going to be doing the plaster finish. So that's something to look at if you still want this look. And maybe not go through this entire expense to do this, and you have to have a really good concrete company that understands how to achieve this, right? So right here we're standing, this is the garage, and this is interior space on the other side. And what this is, we have a floating staircase, so we have floating steps that's gonna wrap a U around this main accent piece, and that's the board form. Now we're gonna take you over to the front of the house, because this house on the interior and exterior has about 7 different facades, 7 different substrates on the exterior. And what we mean by that is we have some poured in place concrete, we have exterior wood, we have exterior brick, stone, board form concrete. We're gonna take you to the entry. The entry tower is gonna have board form, the office wall, and then the back master suite. So certain exterior areas have board form. That's why we're forming those, putting them in now, so the framer can work around them, the steel guy can work around them. So let's take you over to the entry so you can see this, what it looks like before we pull the forms and you have this finished product. So this is how we form it, and this is probably the most important part. One of the issues that a lot of contractors or concrete companies deal with when pouring board form is that blowout, right? One thing that'll ruin that entire look is if you have any blowout, which means you have any gaps or leaks and the concrete blows out of the forms. With all the pressure, you're trying to keep it really tight, pressed against that 2x4, so it gives you that nice look like we just showed you. So you can see here, everything's still reinforced. We have angle iron, still reinforced. They're very meticulous. This is actually most concrete here as they set the forms for this entry tower. Now on the interior, they have all the 2x4s, right? It's lined in 2x4s, 2x6s, you know, to give you that nice natural wood appeal. But the exterior is really key. And as you can see, this entry tower looks pretty massive, but this is only minimal, right? This is about half the height of what this entry will be. This is a 30-foot ceiling, this is about 15. So that is the big contrast here, and we're gonna take you to the other side as we're pouring. We've had these formed concrete companies here. They're pouring as we speak. They stand up above, fill it in nice and even, and make sure that's vibrated in so it's nice and tight. And then it sets against that wood. And again, you can see no blowouts, everything's clean. This one's already been poured today, and we're pouring the second one. Perfect. So right now you'll see that what's happening is they've pumped the concrete, they're putting the vibrator in, they're vibrating it, maybe making sure we don't have any air pockets, that everything's solid, we don't have any settling, everything's nice and fluid. That way it seals properly, cures properly, and adheres to the board form as it should.